Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. And I'm here like every Sunday at 4 o'clock for my sales report for the past week. Hi, Diane. I sold on eBay mostly. I sold 11 things on eBay, and I only sold 2 things on Poshmark this week. I'm not sure why there's such a difference this week. Hi, Donna. I didn't have any 0 days, but I sold, was a little over one a day. So I at least had something going on every day. Stein's here too. Hi, Stein. Yeah, so let me get right to the what I sold, because that's what this video is about. And then afterwards, I want to talk about ticks, AI, and some gardening things. Jane, hi. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen and get showing these things. Yes, ticks, I hate them. So let me see if I have the right thing going on here. I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you my little graph first. See, I made a sale every single day, and I've sold 2 today so far, but that doesn't count on this past week. My week goes from last Sunday till yesterday, Saturday, from the 1st to the 7th. This month, it's right in line with the dates. So 1st day to the 7th day. Yeah, so let me show you. This is a pair of Bermuda. These are all on eBay now. The first 11 are on eBay. This is the Dahlia collection, Bermuda hiking cargo shorts. They had a tie at the bottom of the leg where you could tighten the leg up. And they were a women's size 6, this beige color. And I don't know what I had them on sale for. I think they were $18.99. They went on sale for $15.57, and that's what I sold them for. This is a linen blend top by Elements. It's an extra large. It had gold buttons, buttoned down all the way, long sleeves, and you can't really see, just looks gray here, but it was gray with little white stripe, like pinstripes in it. This was the best offer, $15 that I took. And this is a men's J. Crew Broken In t-shirt. That's the name of it, Broken In. They have a line out that's named that. It means it's just really soft and nice feeling. It's a men's large in this turquoise with the V-neck. And this sold for $12.50. Here's a pair of Talbot's black walking shorts in an 18W plus size, cotton and spandex blend. Had pockets. I think it has zipper and buttons there. It was a basic pair of shorts, sold for $16.99. Here's a Rachel Zoe floral rust-colored top, 3/4 sleeves, that I think had little ties at the bottom of the sleeves, and had a high-low hem. And this sold for $15.29. I had a 15% off sale going all week. Here's a Jones, New York pair of jeans. They're capris. They were just below the knee in a petite size 6. They had little jewels along the bottom of the hems and then a split at the hem. Light wash, and they sold for $14.44, and I think that's a best offer, an offer I sent to watchers. This is a one I just put on a little bit ago. Woman Within is the brand name. They are a plus size brand. This was a 3X. It's a knit pullover top, new without tags. It's a ditzy floral, means tiny little flowers, in this purple color, and it had pin tucking on the bodice here. Can't see. But this sold for $16.14. The next thing is Ralph by Ralph Lauren. This is a girl's size. It was a girl's size large. I don't know if I realized that when I bought it or not, because I don't think I would have bought a girl's size. I've had this a long, long time, and I was very happy to take an offer of $12.99. Or no, that was the price I lowered it down to, $12.99. And somebody bought it. I was very happy about that. It was a cute little jacket, really cute little sort of fitted denim jacket. Almost looks like a shacket. Next thing is a sleeveless floral border top. This was unbranded. It was a plus size 4XL. Blue and white, had looked like sort of raindrops on the top here, and then flowers. And this sold for $13.98. I just sold this, I think, yesterday. This is by Chaps. It's a petite knit top in a size large petite, quarter button, in this really pretty powder pink color. Had pockets with metal buttons, long sleeve, and this sold for $12.74. And the last eBay item was this Under Armour pair of golf shorts. They were cool, vented gray in a men's size 34. They were polyester and elastane, and they sold for best offer. I took the $14. Now, the two things on Poshmark that I sold, one was this Brooks padded bra, underwire bra. It was an activewear bra with wider straps. Sold for $18. And I think probably the best sale, as far as getting $24 for it, was this t-shirt, men's t-shirt, Polo Ralph Lauren, one of my favorite brands. Just a white t-shirt, had the large pony on it and an American flag. And this was appliqued on this flag, and it had a number 3 on the sleeve. I had like 3 different shirts with that number 3 on the sleeve. I don't know what that meant, but it sold for $24. And let me just show you, because this is the first week of sales, remember that my store fee is going to come out of this. So this is just eBay. I sold $237.46. That's gross amount. The selling costs $163.50. Now $60 of that, $59.95, is my store fee, and the rest is their regular fees. So it's always a huge amount on that first week of the month. So I only netted $61.54. Average sales price on eBay items was $21.59. So, come back here. And so let me see. My two Poshmark sales were 18 and 24, so sort of in between that was my average selling price. Yeah. So not a very good week as far as Poshmark goes, for sure. But yeah, let me see here now what people are saying. No ticks in Idaho so far. Oh, we have a lot of them right now. A lot of ticks because I think of all the rain, everything grew like crazy. So the grass is high. Anything in the woods is high. My trees have grown, so the limbs are hanging down, and I think I get a lot by walking under limbs. I think I've gotten the two ticks that really embedded themselves in me. I think I got from there because they were both on my head, on my scalp. Yeah, North Carolina was a nightmare. Yeah, they're creepy, crawly things. And then I didn't realize this till I read more about them this time. They're an arachnoid, which is a spider, because they have 8 legs. They don't look like a spider, but yeah, they're in that family. Wouldn't you know it? We just have some medications for our dog to keep the ticks away. Yes, my dog and my cat, they have their tick medicine on, flea and tick, but they haven't had the ticks. I don't have tick medicine on me. I did buy this week, I bought some very strong spray, but you only spray it really on your clothes. I've been tucking my pants into my socks. I look lovely when I'm out in the yard and just spraying the bottom of me. But then where did they go? They landed right on my head. You can't spray your face and your head with this stuff. But I could put like peppermint, some oils. I could put some peppermint oil. They don't like that peppermint oil, eucalyptus, lavender. Yeah, but it's not like the DEET stuff that you spray. Let's see. Yeah, you have some medication. It's the first time we try this, and I hope it will be less ticks now. We live in the forest. Oh dear. And there's lots of ticks. Right. Yes, ticks. They do have a purpose. There's a lot of animals eat ticks, especially birds. Chickens love ticks. All kinds of birds will eat ticks. So there is evidently a purpose for them being here, but not for us. Yeah. I am going to wear a hat. I have to find one that I can wear. I can wear my my garden hat, my sun thing. I didn't have that on at all. I could always wear my helmet that protects me from limbs. But that would look really stupid. But I could wear my garden hat, I guess. I didn't have that on, and look what happened. The thing is, I came inside. I always look at all my clothing and everything. And I was checking my head because that's where I had the last one that really embedded itself, that I had to call Jolene to come and get it out. I could not see it. See, when it's up here, I can't see it to get a hold of it, to pull it out. Now, I've taken ticks off my dog. I've taken ticks off my horses, mostly my horses, because they bend down when they're grazing. They have a long mane, and mine had long tails, and the ticks would crawl up the mane and get in on the horse. So they were always along the mane on the horse, or they were on their little top knot here. That's where Echo used to get them all the time, right here. So yeah, I know how to remove them. And now I actually have a tick remover. It's a little plastic thing. You can get it on Amazon. Tick remover. It works like a crowbar. It's a tiny little plastic thing. I'd never seen them before. And when Jolene came over to rescue me that one day, she brought hers. She has a bunch of them. And took it out of my head with that. What it does, it gets right down next to the scalp, because you don't want to leave the head in yourself. If you do happen to take one out and the head, remains, don't try to dig it out. That causes more of a reaction than just your body will take care of it. Yeah, treat it with alcohol. But this one had it was just, I think, on me. It must have just gotten on me. And I could tell when I was, fussing with it. So I got my little fingers down there close enough to my scalp that I slowly pulled, and it came out all in one piece. So it had just started to embed. It didn't get a good, it didn't latch on good. So it went in the little jar of alcohol, and it takes like an hour for them to actually be dead. And then I just flush mine down once they're dead, I flush mine down the toilet, but I have a septic tank. It doesn't go it's not city water, I don't know if that matters or not. A lot of places say don't put it down. I think that's if you expect it to die, just flushing it down, they don't. You have to, make sure it's dead first. But this was a dog tick. It wasn't a deer tick. The one I found on me crawling, it hadn't embedded. Earlier, the last couple of weeks, I think I told you, I felt it on my neck, and I brushed it, and it landed on my hand, and it was a tiny one, and I think it was a deer tick. So I was very lucky, because the deer ticks are what cause the Lyme disease. The dog ticks, they're bigger. This was a dog tick, I'm sure. And they can cause Rocky Mountain spotted fever and some other things, but not the Lyme disease. So it's only the deer tick that causes the Lyme disease. And the way you know if you have a problem after a bite from the deer tick is it gets a round red mark on it, and then the round place where the tick went in. So it's like a bullseye. They call it a bullseye. And you should see your doctor immediately if you get one. That's so they can give you some sort of medication. I don't know what they give, actually. But yeah. So I cleaned off my head real good where it was with some alcohol, and it's fine. Yeah, I hate those things. I feel like I have to get dressed in armor to go out in my yard and do my gardening right now. Yesterday, I did get a couple more plants in the garden, but I would have gotten more in the garden. But I ran into some old landscaping fabric, that weed barrier stuff. Long time ago, I had it put. This is before I had a garden out there. I just had shrubs and basic things you put in a front yard. And we put that barrier stuff down. Don't do that. You'll be sorry. So it's all over. I thought the landscaper that came and cleared out my garden like 3-4 years ago, I thought they took it all out, but they didn't. So when I went to dig down, I ran into it. And it is so hard to pull out because now there's this much soil over it. That's the trouble with that stuff. You think, oh, it's going to do the trick. You won't have any more weeds. Well, it only takes like 2 years, and there's enough dirt on top of it just from everyday, stuff that nature does, that weeds start growing in that much dirt. They don't need 6 feet of dirt. So, yeah, never put that in your garden unless you really know what you're doing. So I found 2 places where I wanted to plant things and ran into this stuff. So I didn't have a sharp enough. You need some strength to pull it out, and then you need a sharp, like a box cutter, where you can cut it in pieces and get it out of there. I don't have the strength nor the sharp box cutter. I have a bunch of dull box cutters. So these poor plants, my ones, it's one of the squash plants. I did get one in the ground, but the other one I'm going to plant in a grow bag because I couldn't put it where I wanted to anyway. So I did buy that raised bed that's still in the box. It has 10 pieces to put together. It's that galvanized steel, like a big oval. It's 4 foot by 2 foot and 10 pieces. It came in a box that was only like this big. I couldn't imagine what was in that box that was so heavy. And here it's all those little pieces and a huge bag of screws. So I don't know. Right now, I don't have time to sit down on the, and do it because I got a call from my sister, Sue. I don't know if she's on here today, but I got a call that she is going to come with her daughter. Her daughter's driving her here, and they're going to visit on Tuesday, just for the day. So Tuesday, I finally get to visit with my sister live. We haven't been together in, I don't know, I'll have to look back, 3 years. I don't remember. I'll have to ask her. She'll know. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm so happy that they're going to come here Tuesday. Of course, my house cleaner doesn't come till Wednesday, so my house will be a mess. She says she doesn't care, my sister. And I don't know what we'll do about eating since I don't really cook. We'll probably go out and get something. So that's going to be a nice day on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Monday, I get my hair cut. So I have to fit in sort of decluttering the family room and cleaning up the kitchen and everything, sweeping and dusting at least before Tuesday. Yes, a sister visit. She's 3 years younger than me, but she's 79 at the moment. On June 18th, which is coming right up, there'll be after a visit. On June 18th, she turns 80. She's not looking forward to it. So, yeah. So I'll be able to give her her card in person and tell her not to open it until the 18th. Yeah, she was my little sister, 3 years younger. She was a nurse also. When we were growing up, I was the tomboy, and she was the one that played with dolls all the time. We were like opposites. So, yeah, that's exciting. My daughter, I was talking to her today. She wanted me to ask my group what you all think of this AI stuff that's really progressing at top speed here. A lot of people think it's within this year, it's going to get so powerful that it's already answering itself. It's already, when somebody tells it to do something, it refuses. Now that's scary. So, yeah, what does everybody think about this? My daughter just got this factory job the past year. She's afraid it's going to take over her job. I don't think I think maybe big companies will use it, maybe like Amazon uses it. You know, they use robots to get things off of shelves and put them on the conveyor belts and everything. I got my hedge trimmer. I've been going rampant on ordering, which is not good. I ordered a hedge trimmer. It came a couple days ago. It's still in the box. I did take it out and look at it. It looks pretty basic. I have to charge the battery. I haven't done that yet. It's a cordless one. And then I don't know if I'll if I'll try to use it and do that one hedge in the pathway, or whether I'll just wait till Mark, my handyman, comes. But I do have to charge the battery. Yeah. So, yeah, what does everybody think of the AI? I've been noticing more and more on YouTube and all of the Instagram, any of the things. Haven't you noticed how much AI there is now? Artificial intelligence. You don't know if those are the real people or not. You don't know if their voice is coming out of them or not. A lot of them you can still tell, but they're getting better and better at it. And pretty soon you're not going to be able to tell at all. But I'm real. It's me. Yeah, it is scary. Even Elon Musk a while back said he didn't like how fast it was progressing. He said it was going to, get faster and faster, and it was going to be that it could answer itself, and pretty soon it wouldn't need the humans. Now that's like science fiction, isn't it? It is scary. You're real too. Okay. Yeah. How would you know? Now, a lot of things you can tell. You can still tell a little bit, but it's supposed to and this is going fast. You can still tell if it's really their voice or not, or really even the person. They just need to take lots and lots and lots of pictures of the person doing lots and different things, and they can make the person. I mean, to show. It makes you wonder. I was talking to my daughter, and because I had just seen Tom Cruise talking about his latest movies and everything, about all the stunts he does. And it makes you wonder if that's going to be really real. I think he talks about it now being real. Like the last movie, he was doing the wing walking on that little plane. And before that, I think, or maybe it was the same movie. I don't watch those. So the same movie, he drove a motorcycle off of the cliff. That was terrifying to me, by the way. I just watched the part where they were showing how he's doing it. Now, will that be real after a while? Will they really let him do stuff like that? I don't know. You believe it'll take over. Yeah. It does, it's going so fast. That's what's scary. Mm. Brylan, hi. I'm glad to see you. Yeah, we were talking about what does everybody think of AI? How fast it's moving. Way too fast for me. I don't like when I don't know if things are real or not. You don't know who you're talking to on the phone because you used to be able to tell, and now I don't think you can tell anymore. Yeah, just a heads up, Brylan. I sold 11 things on eBay and only 2 on Poshmark, so not a great week. And Brylan, do you have a lot of ticks down there? Is it too warm? I don't know if they like the hot or not. Posh is a disaster. Yeah, it's not doing well for me. We have lots of ticks up here at the moment. Oh, you have guineas. That's right. That's a reason to have them for sure. If I had more chickens, they eat ticks too, but I think guineas are much better at it. You do have them down in Louisiana, but just not on your farm. Well, you're lucky because I've had 2 so far this year on me. My dog and cat's protected with this stuff. They haven't had any, but I've had 2 so far. Yesterday, I just removed another one from the top of my head. Yeah. And the barn is covered. Yeah, it's just creepy. They're creepy little things. Yes, I'm going to wear a hat from now on outside. They seem to, I don't know, they seem to be dropping out of, I walk under low branches of trees, and I think they're hanging on the branches waiting for somebody to walk by. They can sense, I read all about them. I know lots about ticks now, but it creeped me all out. They can sense carbon dioxide when you breathe, and heat, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's how they can sense something live is coming by them. And they like to dangle, and with their 2 front little legs, and they latch onto you as you pass. Yeah. Very hard to kill, too. You can't just drown them. They have a coating on their whole body, an oxygen oxygen that they can breathe, a coating on their whole body. So they can be underwater for like an hour before they die. It's not good to smash them because, and then touch them because they can have lots of diseases. You know, the deer ticks are the ones that carry Lyme disease. The other ticks don't, but they carry all kinds of other stuff. Rocky Mountain spotted fever. The only time I saw that was in the ER. I saw somebody came in, had Rocky Mountain spotted fever. But yeah, they carry different other diseases. But the Lyme disease that you don't want to get for sure is on the deer tick, and that's the smallest tick. It's tiny little, about as big as a sesame seed. And the dog tick, which that just means it gets on a lot of dogs, but it doesn't mean only dogs get it. It can get on all kinds of animals and humans, and that's what this one was that I took off last night. Was a dog tick. It was bigger. Yeah, I did send from some powerful DEET spray, but you can't spray that on yourself. You have to spray it on your clothing. And then I don't know what to put on my hair. You can put peppermint, eucalyptus, what else don't they like? Lavender, something. But I'm going to wear a hat. That's probably the best idea, the hat. So I guess when I'm outside from now on, I'll have my garden hat on. So in the winter, I have to wear a helmet to protect myself from falling limbs. Well, in the fall and spring too. And then I guess now I have to wear a garden hat. Know about them is so important. Yeah. Yes, they're horrible things. They're just creepy. And finding out they're part of the arachnoid family makes them even creepier to me. I'd rather have a spider on me than a tick. Because, well, Brylan, you probably have some really poisonous spiders down there. We don't, not so much here. We do have a couple, like the brown recluse, but yeah, they're not, I've never even seen one here, but. Yeah, I don't mind most bugs, and I don't mind most, spiders and bees and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to get stung, but they don't scare me. I don't go swatting them around at them. You have the black widow down there too, and the brown recluse. Yeah. We may have the black widow up here also, but I've never seen either one of them. Seems to me somebody was talking about one up here, so maybe we do have them. But yeah, it brings about remember there was a country song about let me check you for ticks, or something about checking for ticks. It was a country song. It was kind of funny. That was before I ever saw one. I ever had one on me. And I was doing all that gardening when we first lived here. I don't think I even knew about ticks back then. But I survived. I don't think I ever had one on me or in me. latched onto me just recently. Brown says when they first bought there, they were horrible. Is that why you got the guineas? That would be a good reason, for sure. Yeah. I should have bought them instead of the chickens. But they can cohabitate, I guess. Do you keep your guineas with your chickens, or do you keep them separately? Or do you have chickens? Do you have ducks and geese? I don't know. Oh, they roost in the trees. Okay. So you don't have to have a house for them. But you have warm weather all year round. What do they do about the cold? I knew people up here that had guineas, but I never asked them about that. I don't think they should be out in the freezing, 12-degree weather. Just roost as usual. We did when we were young, but they split off. I'll have to look them up too. You aren't going to get them in. Oh, they don't herd very well. When I first got chickens, I taught them, I always taught them to herd. I would carry two like bamboo poles, like tomato stakes. And I would always just herd them together. If they usually stay together pretty good. And I would just steer them. And it got that I could herd my chickens all over the place. You have a barn and a roost, but nothing but one goose sitting on eggs uses it right now. Our chickens are about 5 acres from the house because they demolished the garden. Yeah. Yes, they do. Their space right now is completely bare. And I'd like to put some plantings in there. And if you fence them in so they can't really get to the young things, like if you plant a little tree or a little bush or something, if you put something around them, you can plant them in their space. I'd like to, in the bare spots where they are, I'd like to do some planting. Most is kind of wooded, and they do have cover in there, but there is spaces where there's nothing but dirt. I never show that side of the roof, that side of the chicken yard. I'll have to show it next time I'm out there, what I'm talking about. I have to go around the whole back area. Well, I bought 2 things at Tractor Supply at the first of, like in May, I bought them. And they were they're in a box, and it's like a dry root. It's root with a little stick out the front. They're dried. And you're supposed to plant them and water them, and within a couple weeks they start to grow. So I bought a grapevine, planted it along the chicken fence, the substantial real chicken fence, and it's done nothing. It's dead as a doornail. And I got a blueberry. I planted it in a pot, It's a bush blueberry. Well, yeah, a blueberry bush, but it's the kind you can put in a pot. So I put it in a pot, planted it, dead as a doornail. Hasn't done anything. So I'll never buy those again. They each cost $10, so there's $20 down the drain. And if I'd like to have some nasturtiums. There's a garden inside their run. That one year I did manage to plant some nasturtiums in there. I must have covered them with a wire or something because they did grow. Because they love nasturtiums. But once you take that wire off, they'll just eat them right down the ground. Can I grow muscat in there? Here. We have to grow that instead of grapes because of the Pierce disease. I don't know what muscadine is. I've never planted grapes at all. This was my first attempt. I'll have to buy a real grapevine bush. Excuse me. Yeah, I've never planted grapes. It's a wild grape. No. It grows wild there. We have wild things growing. We have wild blackberries in my yard, back in the woods. That's about it. I thought they were raspberries at first, but they're the more I read about them, they do of course appear red when they first start. The berries start to be big enough to see. They're red, but they turn black, and they're sweet. But usually the birds get them before I can ever get enough of them to be worth bringing them in. They domesticated them and sell them at Tractor Supply. These little cardboard boxes. Yeah. Well, that little cardboard box is what things came in, and I don't know what I did. Maybe I waited too long. Maybe I should have planted them in May instead of waiting till June. But it said you could plant in May or June. I'm still watering it, even though it just looks like the same thing I planted. Maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. You do get some plants like that, but they have less than 50% success. Yeah. The trouble is, if I plant seeds anywhere in the chicken run, they'll just dig up and eat the seeds. Because I'd only plant what they like to eat anyway, but they just eat the seeds. You're starting to wonder if they just cut a branch and hope it roots in there. Probably. Well, I bought a little container of red onions. You know, the little red onions that you dig a little trench and you just lay them in there over and cover up the roots. But where I planted on planting them has that darn fabric weed barrier cloth. Now I have to figure out how to get that out of there. It's a lot to think about when you're out in the garden now. Now I have to think about ticks. Well, that's about it for today. Tomorrow, still supposed to rain tomorrow. We're having rain today. Just a nice little rain off and on. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain. And then Tuesday, when my sister's coming, Brian, I don't know if you were here, but my sister's coming to visit me. Her daughter's bringing her up on Tuesday just for the day. So we're going to have a day of visits on Tuesday. So I can't wait. I don't know what we'll do. Probably just talk a lot. Maybe go out for lunch. Missed it. Took mom on a quick vacay, so been out for a week. Yes, they're coming Tuesday. Tomorrow I get my hair cut. Tuesday, my sister's going to be here, and Wednesday is when Samantha cleans the house. I wish she could have come tomorrow, but I won't be here tomorrow. I mean, she could have come anyway, but it was too close of a warning to ask her to come. She's doing well since her knee. Oh, my sister? She's doing very well. She's back to walking normal. She has no problems. Yes. She had a quick recovery. Yeah. And she had two full knee replacements, one year and one last year. Yeah, she has two brand new titanium knees. Her knees are better than mine now. Now my knees aren't bad, bad, but I can't kneel. That's the bad part about gardening. I can't kneel anymore. It's painful to kneel. But I can still walk up and down the steps with no problem. Well, I'm going to close for now. It's 10 to 5 here. And go fix myself something to eat. Since I haven't eaten since 8 this morning. Yes, I will for sure. Thank you, Donna. And I will be back. I just hope I don't forget to take pictures. Every time somebody comes out here or we have a gathering, I completely forget about pictures. But yeah, and hopefully I'll take lots of pictures. Yes, everybody have a great evening. God bless everybody. The Chosen is going to be on Prime starting the 15th of June. You'll see the fifth season. And I will be back here for sure on Thursday at 7, but maybe I can get a recorded video in sometime before that. So thank you everybody for visiting. You make my day. Bye. God is good all the time.